I know I am a little late today. Uh, so I'm really going to go ahead and jump right in. So, for those of you that have missed it, I have been going live all week, every day, every single day, and we're at the fifth day. Um, so, for those of you who have been joining me every day, thank you. For those of you that have watched this on the replay, I want to thank you as well. And I hope that you have really gotten a lot out of this series, Measure What Matters. So, all week we've been talking about just how do you use metrics and KPIs and techniques and things within your business, and how do you benefit from them. So I've been giving you a lot about what these things are, how you benefit within your business. And aside from that, I've been giving you examples along the way so you could take it back and implement a little of it in your business or relate to it so you can fully understand what it is that I've been talking about. So uh you know on Monday we really started out and kicked this off with just talking about business standards, right? So you definitely want to make sure you have those within your business, and those kind of lead you into metrics. So on Tuesday, we talked about metrics, all about mastering metrics. On Wednesday, I answered some questions about the Mind Your Business Challenge, and I'll do that again. I got a couple of more questions. And then on Thursday, yesterday, we talked about techniques, which is extremely beneficial to your business as well. And then today we're going to be talking about how you can fuel your goals with KPIs, right? So KPIs are key performance indicators, and we're going to talk about how you use these to really help you focus on what it is that you want to achieve for the quarter or the year, and then also how you shorten the length of time that it takes for you to get from where you are now to where it is that you want to go. So, for those of you who do not know me, I am Tanya Harrison, CEO of Signal Partners. And I help, this is what I do right here. I help uh, business owners that are overwhelmed and frustrated. I help them to implement a lot of this within their business, everything from automating their businesses to implementing the right software for them and using analytics within their business, because this is huge. And the benefit is that these business owners are able to transform their businesses and become confident CEOs. So that's really what a lot of this does, by helping you to be become more intimate with your business and understand the story behind the numbers and how to use them to propel your business is what it's all about. So when we're talking about key performance indicators, or KPIs, they are KPIs are really, they're measures, right? So they are considered metrics. They're quantifiable. But the difference between a metric and a KPI is that the metrics, they measure like business as usual. They help you to keep a pulse on your business, whereas your KPIs are directly related to your goals. So if you have a specific goal for the quarter or the year, your KPIs are going to be directly related to that. So it's not like the metrics where you're measuring all of the stuff, right? So with metrics, we're taking an holistic view of our business, and we're measuring the specific areas. Um, Hopefully that didn't interrupt anything. But for the KPIs, we're directly correlating them with our goals and what it is that we want to accomplish. So that's one of the biggest differences. So when you are creating your KPIs, the first thing that you need to do is you need to have your goals set. So you really need to understand what your goals are. Um, and I mean, be as specific as possible when it comes to your goals and objectives. And then that way it'll be easier for you to align your KPIs. So when you are creating KPIs, you want to make sure you define how you will measure your progress, right? So if I have a goal in mind, how do I know if I'm on track to meeting that goal? or how do I know if I need to make adjustments? So I need to be really clear in defining what that metric is, right? So if this month I want to make, $10,000, I'm probably going to track the monthly revenue, right? So that is going to be specifically how I'm going to know. Or for instance, if my goal is to get 100 subscribers, this month, then the metric that I'm going to use is the number of subscribers. And this is one of the metrics, right? Because as I've said before, there's a couple of things that go into creating these, and we want to make sure that we understand the different types of measures like lag and lead, which we'll talk about next week in the challenge, so that you come up with some well-rounded KPIs that's going to let you know that you're headed in the right direction. But you also want to identify how are you going to extract this information? Where are you going to get it from, right? So you have to have some things in place in order to understand where you're going to get these numbers from, right? So if I want to, like I said, if one of my goals is has to do with revenue, where am I pulling my revenue from? So am I going in and saying all of my payments come through Stripe, so that is the resource, or do I have an accounting software that I'm running this information through, and then I'm going to get a report from there? So understanding what that source is. And then the other thing is, how often are you going to track? I always, always, always say when we are talking about KPIs and tracking them, you want to track them at minimum of weekly. You want to make sure that you are staying on top of it. And what that does is it helps you to focus specifically on what it is that you want to move forward. So you're not all over the all over the place. You are focusing on what it is that you want um, to manage or to move forward. So keep those things in mind when you are creating KPIs. Also, um, keep in mind that there's not going to be a whole lot of them. All right. So um, the same thing that I said with metrics applies to KPIs. You don't want to have 50 of them. Drill down on the things that are extremely important for you for this quarter or this year, and based on that, come up with what those KPIs are going to be. Um, and I said this the same thing with metrics. Metrics. You don't want to measure too much. That's how come people go from 0 to 100, right? They're start off not measuring anything, and then they go to try measuring everything. Hello, expert office. Um, and you don't want to do that, right? So you want to make absolutely sure that you are streamlining what it is that you want to measure. You want to make sure that you are only measuring the things that you want to keep your focus on. All right. So those are some key tips when it comes to KPIs. And if you have any questions as we're doing this, make sure you drop them below. Okay. So that's how you create good KPIs. Those are a couple of tips for creating good KPIs. But let's talk about what do you do with them, right? So I'm tracking this information. What happens, right? Well, you're going to be using the information that you are pulling to make decisions. So this is going to tell me a lot of times your KPIs are around strategies that you are implementing, right? So my goal is X. I'm going to implement strategy XYZ in order to achieve X. So a lot of times your KPIs are around that. So I need to be able to look at this information and say, am I on track or not? And if not, what decisions do I need to make, right? So what levers do I need to pull within in my business? What things do I need to change in order to meet that number? So, just keep that in mind that your KPIs are actionable. They're going to prompt action. If they're not prompting action, what's the point? Right? So it should at minimum let me know, hey, I'm on the right track. I'm doing everything that I need to be doing, or I'm not doing something right, which will prompt me to go in and look and see what it is out of all of this that's not working. and then I'm going to take action. So if you identify goals and identify KPIs and don't take action on it, you've just wasted all of your time. Don't even bother. So it's about action, and it's about timely action, which is why you want to be measuring these things on a regular basis, right? So you don't want to go back a month, 2 month later and start measuring them and looking at them and trying to take action and trying to prompt change. So it has to be timely action, which is why you want to measure them on a weekly basis. I'm a little passionate about it because I've seen people waste their time or say that, metrics and KPIs don't work. And it's not that they don't work, it's that you're not working. You know what I mean? Whoever's reviewing them aren't working. They are made for you to take action. They are made for you to make decisions. They're made to inform you. So that's why you're doing all of this. You know what I mean? So that you can meet your goal. And in order to meet your goal, you have to have all of these components. So when you do this, you got to be ready to take action. All right. Makes sense? So we'll be talking about this again next week. For those of you that are joining the Mind Your Business Challenge, yes, they do work. You have to pay attention. Exactly. Exactly. You have to pay attention to them. But yeah, we are really going to be digging into this next week in the Mind Your Business challenge. We'll be talking about metrics and KPIs and all of the things that I've talked about this week, just going into another layer of it, taking it deeper so that you can take it back to your businesses and implement it. And we also have a implementation day, where you can come and ask specific questions about your business so that you can go back and take the information and implement it accordingly. So one of the things that I've said is that everybody is not going to have the same metrics. Everyone's not going to have the same um, KPIs. Are there going to be some that are similar? Yes. There are some that are standard for businesses, just being in business across the board. There are some that's standard. There's going to be some that are standard for your industry, right? So if you are service based, like you are a coach or a consultant versus somebody that's selling a product, there are going to be some that varies. And then depending on what type of service you perform or what type of product you sell, there may be some variances there as well, right? So there's going to be some that's industry related, but there's going to be a subset of them that are specific to you, your business, your goals, and the way you do things. So once you learn the techniques about how to create these and everything that goes into it, you'll be able to take it and apply it to your business today. And if you change your business tomorrow, you'll be able to take it and apply it to your new business. So once you learn these things, once you learn the techniques behind it, you'll be able to take it and apply it at any point in time in your business. So that's definitely one of the benefits. So I am looking forward to meeting you guys next week. Um, so just to answer a couple of questions that I've received about um, the challenge so far. Um, the challenge itself is 3 days, right? And then the fourth day is your implementation day. So that's the day that basically you come, you can ask your questions specifically related to your business. So it's not going to be general, it's related to you. Um, and Also, if you have questions about the tools that or resources that you receive, because you're going to get your spreadsheet with information that you can start populating. So it's good if you start populating it during the challenge. That way you can have specific questions related to it. So wanted to clarify that the challenge itself is 3 days. The fourth day is an implementation day. It's kinda up to you, but it's available, right? So that's that. The information is going to be shared in the Facebook group. So there's a Facebook group that's been set up specifically for this challenge. When you register for the challenge, you can head over and then request to join the challenge. It is only for people that are a part of the challenge. And then the videos and everything, I will be going live in the group every day. So that information will be there. You'll be able to watch the replays of it as well. So you can go back and review it because it'll be available in there. I'll also make the handouts available in there as well. So, and I believe those are the questions that I've gotten so far. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and email me, or you can DM me or drop them below here, and then I'll be sure to answer you. Okay. But we kick off next week. So if you have not registered, you definitely want to go ahead and take care of that so that you can get access to the group. Make sure you are receiving your emails as they come out with any information about the challenge. All right. So don't hesitate. Go ahead and click over and get that done. And if you have any questions about KPIs in general, you can drop those as well. So that is it for today. That is it for the week. It has been it's been awesome. So, again, I really appreciate all of you that have joined me this week. And it has been my pleasure to share this information with you. And I hope that you have received something that you can take back and fuel your business. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day.